Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Adya. How are you?
Fine, ma'am. How are you?
I'm also good, Adya. Thank you. Good evening, Neha.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I am good. Thank you. What about you?
Fine, ma'am.
Okay. So I think we all can turn on the videos now. Yes, Neha. Yes, Adya. We all can turn on the videos. Yeah. So let us wait for Bhavesh and for Harshit also. Let them join and then we will be starting. So let them, I think Harshit has joined. We'll wait for Bhavesh also. Okay, Harshit has also joined. Okay, children, turn on the videos now. Before starting anything, I just wanted to know what about your upcoming exams? What exams you are going to get now? In the school, actually. Yeah, Neha,
Ma'am, PT2.
PT2, when do you have that?
Ma'am, August 23rd onwards.
And what about the midterm?
Ma'am, it's PT3, ma'am.
You don't have the midterm?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, we call
So
it
when do you have the PT3? When do you have those?
Ma'am, I don't know. Like, the dates are not confirmed yet. Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay,
I'm fine with
Harshit.
that.
Okay, Harshit, what about you?
Ma'am, PT2, ma'am.
When it will be coming?
Ma'am, August
Hmm.
20, ma'am.
Okay, August 20, you have your PT1. Okay,
PT2,
are
ma'am.
there? Okay,
PT2.
PT2. Okay, PT2. Are there? What about you?
Ma'am, September, ma'am. We have half yearly, no PT2.
Okay, yeah, half yearly. Okay, which is like midterm only. When do you have those? Like in the September? What are the dates?
Ma'am, they didn't told, but they told a month, ma'am, in September like that.
I think somewhere in the maybe somewhere in the second week of September might be.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now children, let me know what I should do. Okay, which chapter is coming, Neha, for you during your exam now for the science? Unmute yourself.
For science, physics, ma'am.
No, I want to know for all the three, okay? Just let me know for physics, chemistry, and bio so that I can write and then maybe I and other ma'am will decide which chapter we will be revising, okay? So
Ma'am,
all three of wait. Let me write it down also at the same time. So do you have your the syllabus with you?
yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Harshit, tell me. Okay, Harshit, tell me what are the chapters coming for you? Yeah, Neha, till then you can tell me. I think
Ma'am,
Harshit is looking.
ma'am, in
Yeah.
science, I have electricity and circuits,
Okay.
fun with magnets,
Okay.
getting to know plants,
Okay.
and food and its components,
Okay.
and separation of substances for PT2.
Okay. And I guess all these chapters are being done with us, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, except getting to know plants.
Getting to know plants, you're saying it is remaining. Okay. Harshit, coming back to you. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, for biology, I have lesson 2 components of food.
Okay, let me write just 1 minute. Okay, components of food then.
Ma'am, physics, fiber to fabric,
Okay.
and sorting materials into groups.
So only these 3 chapters are coming?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Adya, what about you? Do you have the syllabus for your midterm?
Ma'am, we have started third chapter, ma'am, about carbohydrates like that.
No, but do you have any syllabus like they might have given you in the school for the midterm or the half yearly exam? That these chapters will be coming?
No, ma'am, they didn't give the syllabus.
Okay. Harshit, after your this exams, PT2 exam, what exam do you have then?
Half yearly exams.
When do you have those?
Ma'am, September.
Do you have the portions of them?
No, ma'am.
Tell me from starting till now which chapters you have completed in the school. Tell me those names.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
food and its components.
Okay.
Food, where does it come from?
Okay.
Separation of substances.
Okay.
Fiber to fabric.
Okay. Then?
And sorting materials into groups. We are doing notebook part.
So it means total 5 chapter components of food, fiber to fabric, sorting the materials into groups, food where does it come from, and separation of substances, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I think in this, the physics chapter is not there. Like fun with magnets or any other chapter, electricity and circuit, it is not being done in your school?
Ma'am, it's the 12th and the 14th chapter.
So it is not done, you mean to say that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have only one teacher in your school, right? For who is teaching science to you?
No, ma'am, 2. Ma'am, what are we doing?
Okay. Okay, fine, Harshit. Bhavesh, just let me know about your upcoming exam. Which exam is coming up for you now?
You mean, ma'am, I did not understand.
In the school, actually. In the school, which exams are going to come for you? It is PT2 or a half yearly exam?
Ma'am, PT2.
When do you have those?
Ma'am, I don't know. They did not say the date, but model exams are there at August 19th or 20.
Oral exams?
No, ma'am. Model exams.
Oh, model exams. Okay, model exams will be there in the month of the August, and then might be maybe in the month of September you will have the final exams of that, right?
Yes, ma'am, I think.
Okay, do you have the
But they
syllabus?
did not.
No problem, no problem. So do you have the syllabus of that? Which chapter is going to come in your science?
A model exam.
Yeah.
A model exam.
Yeah.
Ma'am, should I send the... Ma'am, I'll send.
You don't have it right now?
Ma'am, I have it, but it's long. It's actually long.
Okay.
Like one day chapter it will be 2 day. Another day one chapter will be. It's like that.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
So you just tell me the name of the chapter. I just wanted to know which chapters are coming.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, I found out my PT3 and final exam dates. Like they are
When?
tentative.
Okay, when it is PT3?
Ma'am, PT3 is 30th November to 13th December.
Okay. And then final?
3rd to 13th March.
Oh, okay. Fine. All right. I have written it. So till now, like basically, I have got the idea. Most of you will be getting the PT2 exam as a coming exam, right? And Adya will be getting the half yearly exam. So somewhere, like I found, if I talk about Neha's and Harshit's portion, separation of substances is common. Okay, you both have the separation of substances. Then food chapter is common in both of you. Then remaining chapters are a little different, okay? But all the chapters except the chapter getting to know plants, we are done with, correct? So what we will do, this chapter like separation of substances and the chapter food, where does it come from? We will revise that because that is common for you also. That is
Ma'am,
common
you're
for.
lagging.
Am I audible to everyone or I'm lagging?
Mom, it's components of food filter.
Ma'am, a little bit low.
I think, Bhavesh, I think I'm audible to everybody.
Yes.
Now
Okay.
you're audible, ma'am, but for some time you are lagging.
Okay, might be, you know, here it is raining, might be, so might be. Okay, so components of food and food together, we will be doing it actually, you know, both are the same kind of the part. And see, I just want to know how you want to revise. And Adya and Bhavesh, can you please turn on the videos also so that, you know, it can be a little of interaction rather than just looking. Okay, so, see, we can do, I have few plans actually. Like either we can go for the revision first of all, like chapter. I'll be not explaining you in detail, but yes, definitely we'll have a kind of revision for the chapters. Okay. The second thing we can do is like directly what you can do. Maybe one chapter I can give you. For example, if I'm asking you that you need to revise the chapter separation of substances, and next class we will be, you know, solving the questions on the base of that. So either first revision of the chapter and then solving those worksheets in the class or directly going to the worksheet. So what do you think? Tell me.
Mommy, first option. Revision.
Huh?
Ma'am,
First
revision.
revision and then going to the worksheets.
Yes.
Okay, Bhavesh, is it okay for you?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so that is actually the best. Like, okay, when we revise the thing, then at least you will be recalling what happens in the class, what are the things you have discussed. So all those things will be there. And the separation of substances, better maybe maybe I think I can ask Sanjana ma'am to revise that. Let me go with the chapter of foods and the components of food. Fine. So one chapter I will be revising. I'll ask one chapter to her to revise with you all. So that what happens today is somewhere 11th, right? So at least 2 to 3 chapters we will be able to revise in the upcoming days and all. Okay. So starting with the chapter of food and components of food together, it's a very, very simple and the basic chapter which includes the different types of the nutrients what we are having, right? Now, if I talk about the nutrients and the nutrition, are they same or are they different?
Ma'am, they're
Nutrients,
connected.
they're same? They're connected. Okay, they're connected. Okay. Bhavesh, are they same? Are they different? Are they connected? Are they related? The nutrients and the nutrition. Harshit, what do you think? Are they same? Are they connected?
Ma'am,
Are the word nutrients and nutrition connected or related?
yes, ma'am. Like carbohydrates.
I'm connected.
Connected. Okay. They're related. Okay, actually. So, see, nutrition definition is very important, not only for your grade 6, but for the grade 7 also. You have a proper, you know, explanation of the nutrition. When we talk about nutrition, do you know what is the definition, proper definition of it? Proper definition. I don't want, it is nutrients. No, it is not the nutrients. So when we talk about the nutrition process, it means taking in of food. Okay. What do? We will be taking in the food and using it. It is a process in which we take in the food and we use it. For what all purpose we will be using it? For the growth, for the development, and to repair the damaged cells of our body. So we have a whole body, right? And a whole body is made up of what? It is made up of the cell. So now in our body, due to continuous efforts and all, some of the cells become old or some of the cells will die also. So what happened? If they become old, then we have to repair them, right? If every cells will die, then what happened? Then our body will not be able to function. That is why the nutrition, what do they do? It is a process in which we will be taking the food and then we use it or utilization it for the growth, for the development, and to repair the damage or the old cells. So that is what the nutrition process is. And how do we get it? With the help of the food. In which form? In the form of the nutrients. Okay. So how we use that food and how we get the nutrients, the whole process is called as a nutrition. So process of taking in of food and using it for the growth, development, and for repairing the damaged cells of the body, that is called as a nutrition. Fine. So basically, this nutrition process will be done with the help of food, and food contains a different type of the nutrients, right? So carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. Then apart from that, we have the water also, we have the roughage also. Like 7 different components are there which are included in our diet, right? So I'll go to the most important, first of all, proteins. I think you might be knowing about how to conduct the test for it. Do you know how to conduct the test for it? How to
Yes,
check whether the given sample has a test,
ma'am.
given sample has a
Yes,
protein?
ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Neha, which kind of chemical will you be using for it?
Ma'am, for the protein, we use. Ma'am, I don't remember, but I studied
Can't
about it.
Okay,
Caustic soda. Ma'am,
Soda
caustic
and
soda.
copper
Ma'am,
sulfate
caustic
solution.
soda, ma'am.
very good, very good, very good, Harshit. Very good, Bhavesh. Correct. Both of you are correct. Caustic soda and the copper sulfate. Do you know what is the formula of it?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, fine. So let me start from this part then. So, you are correct. Both are correct. So, two chemicals we will be using for this process. Let me share. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. 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 All right. All right. Okay. So, I'll just see, for finding out that given sample has a protein or not, what we should do, we have to take a test tube. Okay. What do we should do? We have to take a test tube. In that test tube, we have to add the powdered dal. So what we should do, we should take the dal, we should take any kind of pulses and we should grind them. Fine. We cannot take it as such because they will be like, very, very hard. So we have to grind them into powder form, and that powdered form we have to take into the test tube. Okay. So after adding that powdered dal into the test tube, we have to add water in it. And also, along with that, we have to add the caustic soda. This caustic soda is also called as sodium hydroxide.
Ma'am,
What it is
sodium
called?
hydroxide.
Correct. Sodium hydroxide. And the formula is NaOH. So caustic soda and sodium hydroxide both are same, and their formula is capital N, small a, capital O, capital H, NaOH. So after adding the water, we should add the caustic soda, and after that, we should add the few
Copper
drops of
Copper
copper
sulfate.
sulfate to it. And copper sulfate formula is CuSO4. Capital C, small u, capital S, capital O, and the 4 here. So this is the copper sulfate formula. Fine. So see how many things we have used. We have used the powdered dal, then we have used the water, then we have used the NaOH, and then we have used the CuSO4. So all these things we have used, and ultimately what color we should get at the last after adding all these things?
Ma'am, a shade of violet.
Ma'am, blue. Ma'am, blue color.
No,
No,
we should
Ma'am,
get
blue black. Ma'am, blue black.
purple. No, purple color. Purple color, children. We should get blue black is for the carbohydrate test. Okay.
Ma'am.
Ma'am,
In this
violet.
test, yeah, purple or violet color you will be getting. You can say violet or purple color. That is okay. Fine. So these two colors, either violet or purple, you will be getting. If this color is coming in this experiment, during this experiment, then we can say that it has the protein in it. But if you do not get this violet color, then it means that given compound, whatever we have taken, does not have protein in it. Clear, children? Maybe see, if I have taken the dal, I'm getting the purple color. Might be if I take maybe the bread, so in that, will I be getting the result? Will I be getting the purple color?
No, ma'am.
No, right? So this is how we can find out whether the given kind of the compound or whether the given kind of the food item has the protein in it or not. Now, second thing is for the carbohydrate. So for carbohydrate also, we have a correct. So what we should do,
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
We need to have a given sample and iodine.
Correct. Very good. Very good. Dilute iodine solution. So any sample you should take, whatever the sample is given, might be the potato they can give you, might be they can give you the rice, might be you can take chips. So it's up to you. Whatever the food item you want to take, you can take it. And in that given food sample, what you need to do, you have to add the dilute iodine solution. So as soon as you add this two, you have to take the sample and you have to just add the dilute iodine solution to that sample. And as soon as you add them, then what you will be getting? You will be getting the blue-black color. Right. So you will be getting the blue-black color. And this blue-black color indicates the presence of carbohydrates in it. Clear? And if whatever the compound, whatever the material you have taken, if it does not show you the color of blue-black color, then it means that it does not have the carbohydrates in it. So that is how we can find out. Then the next experiment is for the fats. So how we can find out that the given material has the fat in it?
First we should wrap the food item. No, we should keep the food item in a paper and we should rub it. If the oil stains are present in the paper, it has fats.
Correct. So how do you identify that oil is present or not?
Ma'am, by leaving it for some time.
Any other idea?
Ma'am,
No.
let it dry and keep it to the light.
Very
First,
good.
dry
Yes.
it and keep it in a piece
Ma'am,
of
and
paper,
if the
and we
paper-
will dry it in the sun. After we take it out of the paper, if there are oily stains, the object contains fat.
Correct. Very good, Bhavesh. Right. You all know about the fat, like how to do the experiment. So I'll just revise the same thing. So what do we need to do? Any given sample, whatever the sample is there, we have to take it, and where we have to take it, we have to take it on a sheet of paper. Okay, suppose this is a sheet of paper. You need to take that sample here. Now, once you have taken the sheet of paper and the sample, what you should do, you have to fold it into half. Okay, maybe I have folded like this half, and here the other half is there. Okay, so from the center, I have folded this and I have kept the material here. Okay, I have the material here. Now, what happened is like automatically when I close both the sides, then what do we have to do? We have to crush it. So crush that given sample gently. So whatever the sample you have taken, you have to crush it gently. Now, why we are crushing that? We are crushing it to find out whether the given material, whatever the material we have taken, does it contain any kind of the oil or not? And if we do not crush, then what happened? Then might be the patches of the oil will not be visible, right? So that is the reason we have to crush it gently. And then after that, what we should do, we have to just throw that material. Fine. We after crushing it properly, we have to throw it, and then we have to observe that paper. So observe that sheet, whatever that sheet you have taken, we have to observe it. And what we will be observing in it, we will be observing that the patches of oil are there on that paper. So patches of oil. So, and how do we identify that these patches of oil will be there under the light? Okay. So what you can do, you can take that paper and you can just hold that paper towards the light. Okay. It can be the tube light also. It can be the sunlight. It can be the tube light. So under the tube light, under the sun, you can hold. And when you hold it towards the light, you will be able to see those patches there, the oil patches there. And if those oil patches you are able to see under the light, then it denotes that the given sample has the fats in it. Okay, it has the fats in it. So that is how we find out the given test. So that is about the test. How do we do? So out of these three, the protein is very important. You should know copper sulfate and you should know the caustic soda. And you are now grown up, you should know the formula also. Copper sulfate is CuSO4 and sodium hydroxide is NaOH. Yep. And potato for the carbohydrate experiment, we just need only one, which is the iodine solution. So that is how we will be finding out the test and all. Then we have the sources. Basically, we are talking about the nutrients. The different sources are there. What are the two major sources of the food?
Ma'am, animals and plants.
Correct. So animals and plants are the two main sources. Is there any other source also we have?
No, ma'am.
No? No? Bhavyesh, Harshit,
No.
Adya? No. Are you
No.
sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
100%. Someone is saying 100%. See, think twice. Think thrice. Whether you don't have any other source or no. If I'll answer, then you will see yes, ma'am. What,
Water
Bhavesh?
source. A water source.
Very good. We have actually the water source also. Though we are studying in the book like only about the plants and the animal sources only, but generally we should have the third source also, right? The water one. So from where do we get? We get it from the ocean. We get it from the underground, right? So that is also the important source. But in our book, it is given only two major types, which are the plant and the animals. But we do have the third one, which is the basically the water. And how do we get the salt, children?
I'm sorry, from
Ma'am,
sea.
by
From ocean.
by
From
evaporation,
ocean. Ocean
sea
water.
water and by
Sea
evaporation.
water, right? The ocean,
ma'am.
sea water. That is why, like I am saying, the third source, very important source. I think in each and every food item, we are adding the salt, right? If I take out all the salt from the food, will it be taste the same way?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, right? That is why the salt is also important, and we get that salt from the third source, which is the ocean, actually, ocean and the sea water. Am I clear, children?
Yes,
So the
ma'am.
main sources are the plants and the animals, but you have the third one also from where you will be getting the water as well as the salt. And you might have, I think in the television you might have seen the ad also about the salt, right? Iodized salt. They will be saying,
Yes,
take the iodized salt. We should take the salt. So this salt basically it provides the iodine in your body, right? And this iodine will be helping for the growth and the development. So the iodine is basically what? It's a type of a mineral actually. Okay, it's a type of a mineral. You might have seen actually if someone is not taking the salt, or if anyone's body the amount of the salt is very less, then what happened? They will be getting a disease. What is the disease called as?
ma'am, goiter.
Goiter, actually. Goiter. Okay. So they will be getting the disease called as the goiter. That is why we have to be very, very particular about the intake of the salt, that we should take the salt in a I will not say you should take in a high amount actually. You should take in a less amount, but yes, definitely you should take it. Clear? So that is how we will be getting the third source of it. Now, see, in your home, your parents will be getting the milk, right? From the milk, they will be making the curd, right? And from the milk, they will be getting the malai also, right? On the surface of the hot milk, they will be getting that malai. They will
Yes,
be
ma'am.
collecting those malai, and what do they make out of it?
Ma'am, butter or
Ma'am,
Ghee.
butter.
Ghee and butter, very good. So ghee and butter. And do you know what is that process called as?
churning.
Ma'am,
Very good.
I'm turning.
Churning, very good. Churning, very, very good, children. So churning is a process where actually this is related to the chapter separation of substances, right?
Yes.
So churning is a process where the from the help of the milk, what do they will be doing? They will be making either the butter, either the ghee, and this whole process of segregating the ghee from the water actually, right? When they churn it, what do they get? They will be getting the water also, and they will be getting the ghee also, right? Both the things they will be getting, and why it happens actually? How it happens? What is the process for doing it?
They extract water from milk.
How do they extract the water?
And by
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 sieving.
sieving.
Ma'am, what?
No,
Ma'am,
see,
what is the question?
Draining.
my question is how they will
Ma'am,
be
you're
making
lagging.
the. Now also I'm
Ma'am,
lagging.
you're lagging.
Bhavesh, am I audible?
No, ma'am, now you are audible.
Okay. So my question is, how does your mother, they churn the ghee actually? They make the ghee. What is the process actually?
Mom, they boil the milk.
Ma'am.
They heat up the milk.
They first stir it.
Hmm.
Stir it. Then
Okay.
they boil it.
Okay.
I think there are 2 ways.
Okay. So it's a homework for today. What do you need to do? You have to find out, immediately after the class, you all have to find out from your mother how they make the ghee out of the milk. Okay. How from the malai they will be making the ghee. It's not directly they are making the ghee, directly they are getting the ghee. Actually, it's
Ma'am,
like,
ma'am, you're lagging again.
Ma'am, shaking, ma'am.
it's
Ma'am, by shaking.
actually, just
Ma'am,
one minute.
by
One minute.
shaking.
Shaking? No, not by shaking actually. See, what do they do is they will be taking that malai, they will be
You're
collecting. Am I
you're
audible?
lagging again.
Others also I'm lagging?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I think
No, ma'am.
Bhavesh problem is on your side, I
No,
guess.
ma'am.
Then. Okay. Okay. So see, what do they do? They will be collecting the malai for maybe I think almost 10 to 15 days in a container, right? They will be storing it in the freezer. After good amount of collection of the malai, they will take it out. They will be keeping it outside for some time, right? And then they will be, mixing it with the help of either the hand or with the help of the grinder actually, right? See, when they use their hand, or might be, in the olden days, you might have seen they will have a kind of the pot, and inside the pot they will be keeping it, and then they will be doing it like this,
Ma'am,
churning,
they'll
they will
take
be
a
doing
stick
it.
and
Correct,
roll it
right.
with the
Rope.
Ma'am,
Correct.
Ma'am and Krishna, that movie
Which
where
movie?
Yashoda does.
Yes, correct. Right. So exactly, but our mothers are not doing that because nowadays we have so much of machines and all the electronic items. So they will be using in my home, my mother-in-law, she is using the hand grinder actually, hand grinder or the hand blender she is using. So what happened when they use a hand normally, it takes lot of time actually, to separate the water and to make that malai to come up. So with the help of the hand blinder or the mixer grinder, what happened? It takes less time and easily that malai will be churned, and then water gets segregated. And it happens due to the difference in the density. So when you keep on mixing that malai, what happened? The water is actually heavier, and the next part, which is like a kind of the malai, a lighter malai will be getting it. So that both get segregated because of the difference in the weight.
ma'am,
And
it's
once
like
sedimentation, you can say, but not exactly is like the sedimentation. So after that, then what happened? They will be removing the water. Actually, water will be at the down, not at the top. So what do they do? Water, they will be keeping it in the down only, and the malai part, they will be taking it. They will be keeping it on the kadai kind of thing, and then they start boiling it, right? And when they start boiling it slowly and gradually, that kind, I think now it is called as the fourth actually, FORTH, fourth. So that fourth, whatever they will be getting it, they will be keeping it in the kadai, and then they start boiling it on a slow flame actually. And when they start boiling it on a slow flame, then they will be slowly and gradually getting that, or this ghee or the oil they will be getting out of it. So that is the whole process called as the churning. So it requires a lot of effort. It's not easy to get it, but yes, definitely people they get it. Fine. So that is how we will be getting it. So different sources are there in through the animals. It's not directly we are getting the ghee. From the animals we are getting the milk, and from the milk we are getting the ghee. Same way the butter we are getting through the whole so many different process and all, we are getting the butter out of it. Like homemade butter also we have through the same malai we can make it, right? The eggs we are getting from the animal, right? So then from the plants we are getting different types of the spices, we are getting the different powders, we are getting the oil, we are also getting from the plants, right? We are getting the oil from the plants.
Yes, ma'am. Oh yeah, indirectly.
Yes.
Indirectly. With the seeds.
Yes, we are getting the mustard oil, right? Then sunflower oil, we are getting it from the sunflower, the mustard oil from the mustard seed actually. So that is how the plants and the animals are, creating the impact on our earth actually. If we do not have those, we will not be able to survive. And the third thing, which I already told you, is the water, which is basically the ocean. So ocean, from the ocean, the salt will be extracted, and then through that salt, and see, evaporation, as mentioned by Harshit, will be done, right? We are also doing at home sometimes, and sometimes it happens automatically on our body also. You might have seen during the summer season what happened, uh, under the arms, like, when you wear the any kind of the dark color clothes under your arms, you will be getting the patches, right? What are those patches of basically? The sweat. Correct. And the sweat contains what?
Water.
Along with the
salt,
water,
and
it
salt.
contains salt, right? So water and the salt. So see, evaporation can also be done. It can be directly, indirectly also through our body. It is released. The sweat is being released, and then we got it like that stain we will be getting on the clothes. So different methods are there for the different kind of the material or different kind of the food item, which I'll ask Sanjana ma'am to take over so that we both can go, simultaneously. And when we talk about this remaining thing also, we have the different functions and different types of the. Do you know about the good carbs and the bad carbs? What they are? What are carbs actually?
Carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates, okay.
Carbohydrates, ma'am.
What is the other name of carbohydrate?
Energy giving foods. Energy giving foods.
Carbs.
No. It starts with S.
Starch.
Sugar
Very
and
good.
starch.
Very good. Starch, not sugar actually. Starch, okay. So carbohydrates are also called as a starch. Keep in mind, very, very important. They are called as a starch. Fine. Though they are also called as energy giving food, but before that they are called as a starch. So if they say, like, to write the experiment for the starch, or if they say to write the experiment for the carbohydrate, then both means the same.
Okay.
Clear? Both means the same. So we have the two types of the carbs basically. One are the good carbs, one are the, like, bad carbs. Good carbs.
Complex, right? Simple and complex, right?
Yeah, correct. Simple and the complex carb also we can say them. So simple carbs and the complex carbs basically depends upon the breakdown. Our body is able to break them down or not. Or, if see, definitely they have to break down, but depending upon the time. Some of the carbs they will be taking less time, whereas some of the carbs they take more time to break down. Like if I talk about the maybe the burgers, right? The burgers, they have the buns, basically they have the carbohydrates only in them, right? But the carbohydrates, what do they have is a complex kind, and because of that they take long time actually to break down in our body. But whereas the simple kind of the carbohydrates, like the rice, right? They are the kind of the starch. So which will be taking what? They will be taking less time to break down. Fine.
What about glucose?
Glucose, carbohydrate, and the starch. They are
Ma'am,
different types of, yeah.
Is it sugar?
And the simple form of carbohydrates is called glucose, right?
See, when I talk about the word carbohydrate, when I talk about the starch, when I talk about the glucose, they are same. Sugar is somewhere little different, Neha. When we talk about the sugar, it comes to the different category. Though we can call them as a sugar, but when you come to graduate to your higher classes, you will get to know they are not actually the sugar. We can call them the carbohydrate, we can call them the starch, but not exactly as a sugar, because they are very simple actually to break down. But when we talk about the sugar, they are complicated to break down. And whatever the food we are getting, we are taking, our body is converting, that is the glucose, which is a form of a starch only.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, children, then we'll meet you in the next class. Meantime, I'll remind Sanjana ma'am to revise the chapter separation of substances. And children, one more thing, I think I have shared you one link on the your WhatsApp group, right? I want all your details related to the exam there. Okay. So ask your parents, or you yourself can submit your upcoming exam details there, so that we also can do the planning. Okay. So once you submit it, then only I can discuss it with the maths ma'am, or with maybe with the like other science teacher. All right. So do it by now itself. Fill that form. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, children. Then thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.